Okay, this is your answer time. This is the blue light spectrum question. So something that we're exposed to every day, this day and age, every day, that registers really high on that Kelvin scale. It emits 6,500 Kelvin temperature. Do you know what it is? Somebody guessed fluorescent lightning. That's a really good answer. I'm sure it's high up there depending on what hue the color is. So I think the bright white ones are going to register more. If they have like a yellowish hue, it might be less. But so it is computer screens. They emit so much blue light spectrum. It's so high, 6,500, and it's not like we're exposed to that like a couple of seconds. Most people, especially if you work at a computer that's like your job, you're exposed to that constantly all day long. Plus we're on our phones, iPads, TV screens. We are exposed to this blue light spectrum constantly. So what does that do to our body? Because it's so stressful. When that blue light hits your retina and gets into your eyes, it stimulates cortisol. It will inhibit sleep. So if you're doing this at night before you go to bed, it will inhibit you from going to sleep. It encourages a lot of sugar cravings. So it messes with your hormones when you're constantly exposed to that all the time in your body. The ghrelin and leptin levels, these are hormones that regulate your appetite. So your ghrelin will let you know when you're hungry, leptin will let you know when you're satiated. It disrupts that hormone level, so it can make you hungry when you're really not hungry. So on that note, it will compromise your fat metabolism too. So when those hormones are off, you are going to have a hard time losing weight because those levels are off. You're going to feel hungry when you're not, and you're not going to feel satiated because those leptin levels and ghrelin levels are not where they're supposed to be. So excessive exposure, not only does it mess with those hormone levels, but it also has been researched that when you have this accumulation over the years, so you're constantly exposed to it over and over and over, it can damage your retinas. It can give you macular degeneration, which is degeneration of your eyes. So the older we get, the worse that's going to get, and makes cataracts worse, or can develop cataracts early. And then it's also been researched that can, because of everything, hormones and all this stuff being off, that it can actually increase your cancer risk. Certain types of cancers, it can increase those risks too. So those are really bad. So the other negative aspect of that is going to sleep. So it could really hinder your circadian rhythm, which is your natural sleep-wake cycles. So if you have a hard time sleeping at night and you're constantly exposed to computer screens, that could be a reason why you have a hard time going to sleep. The hormones that help you sleep, the melatonin and the cortisol. So cortisol makes you awake and melatonin helps you go to sleep. So as the day progresses and the sun goes down, your melatonin starts rising. But when you hit it with that blue light spectrum, these bright lights, you suppress the melatonin and it spikes your cortisol, and all of a sudden you might feel more awake. You might feel a little energized and ready to take on some more work tasks, but that is actually a bad thing because it's disrupting your sleep. Sleep is so important to regulate everything, to go through different sleep cycles, and we're not going to get into that here, but it's very important. You have to get some good sleep to regenerate your body, basically. So how can we fix this? What can we do? We have to work. Some people have to work at night, or some people, like myself, used to work night shifts, so we're exposed to that kind of stuff. The best thing you can do is, if you have to get on the computer, is to dim the lighting. So anything that's in a yellowish orange hue does not emit that blue light spectrum, so you always want to dim your phones. Actually, on my phone, on the iPhones, there's a spot in the settings where you can actually have it go into nighttime nocturnal state, where it'll put it into a yellowish hue. There is an app called, it's F.lux, so F as in Frank, .lux. That's an app that you can put on any computer. I have it on my laptop computer, and it's free. You don't have to pay for anything. It just puts this app into your computer, and it will, you set the timing and all that stuff about, your time zones and stuff, and as it hits that nighttime setting, it lowers, it goes into this yellow hue automatically for you. You don't even have to do anything, and it's free. I will put that link in the notes for you, so you can do that. If you work night shift, we're exposed to lights all the time. Work in a hospital, you have to have lights, right? The big thing with you guys is, when you get off work, don't go straight to your phones and stimulate that. So, or put those hues on your phone, because you need to draw yourself back, because when you get off work in the morning and you have that sun, you're naturally going to stimulate the cortisol production. So when you get home, make sure you're in a very dark environment. Change your light bulbs in your house to the yellowish hue light bulbs. That's a good idea. I know that can be expensive if you're trying to change all of them, but do maybe the ones that you're exposed to the most often, especially in your bedroom. That is a great thing. Sunglasses, the UVA, UVB sunglasses that you can get anywhere, they have the yellow orange hues on you can see it. Put those on when you can. If you're watching TV, put those on, because sometimes you can't dim your TV, I don't think, not that I'm aware of. Put those on while you're watching TV. If you must Netflix and chill, if you have to do that, put those on. That'll help you. So those are very big changes. These small changes can make a big impact in your sleep production. So if you're not sleeping good at night, try those out. I can keep going, but I think I'm going to end here. If you want more information, I'm going to add on to this. I'm going to go over the central nervous system stimulation, because at night you have a lot of central nervous system stimulations and stuff like that. If you want to minimize that kind of stuff at night, you want to learn how to, or have more tips on waking gracefully in the morning, embracing the dark. What do I mean by that? Embracing the dark, and why you may have poor sleeping habits. We're going to go over more of that. I'm going to put the rest of this video on my Patreon page. So if you're interested in getting more details about this, then head on over there, and I'll have that video up on that site, and you can go to the info tab at the top of the screen. Just hit, it's on, should be on, if you're looking at the screen, it'll be on the left side. It's called info. Just click on that, and it'll take you to where this will be. It's $1 a month, you guys, $1 a month, and I'm gonna put extra information if you want extra information. Sorry, somebody's cutting their grass. It's gonna be loud. So, if you want more information on that, head on over there and I will continue to jib jab about this. Okay, see you guys. Love ya.